official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Zander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service of Pierre. And now, Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Well, thank you very much, and a very good Friday evening, everybody. A night of high school basketball coming your way, and we hope you've been following high school wrestling as well. State wrestling tournament going on in Sioux Falls. I'm Brian Oakland, as we've been covering that, but we have the opportunity to come to Roosevelt High School, where the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders will entertain the Pierre Governors in boys basketball tonight, here on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, along with Caleb Brozick, who has the cameras up and rolling for a live ticket. You can watch this game on our DRGnews.com website and the River 92.7 page. Also on our DRG News smartphone app. Watch us through GoGovs.live as well. And Cortana Mancuso back in studio along with William Wilson. They'll run the show from the audio standpoint from DRG Media Group World Headquarters. Tonight, Pierre Governors take on one of the top teams in the state. Sioux Falls Roosevelt's had just an outstanding season, although they have had a slip-up or two of late, but still Roosevelt, the second power-rated team in the state, as they're 15-4 on the season. And they'll welcome the Governors, who are currently number 14. Govs have been playing pretty well lately, but they did get bested by Sioux Falls Jefferson 66-47 in Pierre on Tuesday night. We'll see how this one goes, and we'll talk about it. But first, let's open with a 3-minute timeout, and it'll be our Bank West pregame show when we come back. Bank West for the best. We'll take a look around the state of affairs in high school basketball in South Dakota. We've got a little bit of time to do that before coaches' comments and keys to success, and also starting lineups, game officials, and a whole lot more. All coming back as we give you Pierre Governor basketball on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or Find them on Facebook or Instagram.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
We welcome you to Roosevelt High School in the southwestern part of Sioux Falls. Rough Riders against the Governors here tonight. Brian Oakland with play-by-play coming up. And for those who are on the road for high school sports in the postseason, regular season, or for any other reason, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all that we need to slow the drive so we can arrive alive. It starts with you, and let's buckle up too. You've got some place to be. Taking a quick look around the state of basketball in South Dakota as we come into the final weekend of the regular season. Roosevelt will be playing their final game of the regular season. The Governors have this game here at Roosevelt tonight, and then they're back home tomorrow afternoon against the Watertown Arrows to close out the regular season. Tomorrow in the afternoon, Pierre against Watertown. Darren Boyle will have that game here on River 92.7. But it is Sioux Falls Lincoln who heads up the top of the charts in Class AA. They're 19-0. Roosevelt at 15-4. And Roosevelt comes in off of a win Tuesday night over Aberdeen Central, a team that's had their struggles this season. But before that, the Rough Riders had lost 3 games in a row to Lincoln, to Watertown, and also to Sioux Falls, Washington. So they got off of that 3-game slide. Otherwise, they were 14-1 before that little stretch in the last couple of weeks. Huron is still at 3 at 15-4. Then Harrisburg now 15-5. Watertown, who the Govs will see tomorrow, 14-5 in the 5 spot. Spearfish has fallen to 6 at 14-4. O'Gorman and Brandon Valley in the top 8. Jefferson, who we saw Tuesday night, is 9-9, and they're tied with T Area in power rankings, but T Area is at 12-8. Also tied for 9th place, Sioux Falls, Washington, and Mitchell and Yankton through 13. Then the Governors coming in at 6-12 on the season here tonight. They're in the 14 spot, followed by Rapid City Stevens and Sturgis, with Rapid City Central, Douglas, Aberdeen, and Brookings on the outside looking in. Excuse me. And that, again, the voice could be a bit of a problem here. I've been bugging and battling that all weekend long. A few games earlier this week to touch on as, again, the Governors coming in off of a loss to Sioux Falls Jefferson, 66-47. That Roosevelt win Tuesday at Aberdeen was 78-53, a team that is capable of scoring a number of points. And then on games last night, there were 3 of them. Marshall, Minnesota went to T Area, beat the Titans 53-51. T's been slipping a little bit of late. O'Gorman beats Mitchell 59-56, and Harrisburg defeating Watertown up north 60-55. So that's what put Harrisburg up at 4 in the standings and dropping Watertown to that number 5 spot. There are 7 games going on tonight in Class AA. Pierre at Sioux Falls, Roosevelt. Also Aberdeen at Sioux Falls, Lincoln. 2 teams on the opposite ends of the AA spectrum. if Pierre and Sioux Falls Roosevelt aren't already. Huron at Brandon Valley tonight should be a good one. Also, Sioux Falls Jefferson and Sioux Falls Washington playing out in Rapid City. It's Jefferson at Central, Washington at Stevens. Yankton and Brookings are also out west. You got Yankton playing at Spearfish tonight and Brookings at the Douglas Patriots. For tomorrow, the Governors will wrap up the season hosting Watertown, with Jefferson and Washington flip-flopping venues in Rapid City, and Brookings and Yankton flip-flopping Spearfish and Douglas opponents on the road. And that'll bring an end to our regular season. The Sodak 16 for boys will be next Saturday. And it'll be determined. We'll see where the Governors will end up. But I think they're pretty safe, at least in being in that tournament field. As for the girls, Brandon Valley at 19-0, Sioux Falls O'Gorman is 18-1, then Washington 15-3. That's your top three. Sioux Falls Roosevelt, who is playing the Governors in Pierre tonight, is at 6-13. They're the 14 seed. The Govs coming off a win on Saturday against Sioux Falls Lincoln, but they did lose at Sioux Falls Jefferson on Tuesday night. They're 5-13. They're the 15 seed. So a winnable game for both teams, trying to get further off of that 16-17 Mendoza line. Sturgis at 7-13 is below Sioux Falls Roosevelt and Pierre in the top 16. The teams on the outside looking in are Watertown, Douglas, Brookings, and Sioux Falls Lincoln. And again, Jefferson beat the Governors on Tuesday night. Sioux Falls Roosevelt played Aberdeen and was a 46-45 winner here in this building. And Roosevelt, for a team that struggled all season, beating an Aberdeen team who was 13-6. That was a big, big win for the Rough Rider girls. Today, again, with Roosevelt at Pierre, Lincoln at Aberdeen in girls hoops. Huron is at Brandon Valley, and Jefferson, Washington out west, Yankton and Brookings out west playing double headers as well. Governors go to Watertown to close the season with a winnable contest, and if they follow through on that. And then the out west action with Sioux Falls, Washington, and Jefferson out there, Brookings and Yankton out west as well. The girls' Sodak 16 will be Friday, and again, the boys will be on Saturday in Class AA. That's a look at the state of basketball right now, as it is coming into this weekend of action. 2 games left for the Govs, 1 for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. That's part of our Bank West pregame show. Bank West for the best. Let's pause for 3 minutes. We'll chat with the coaches. When we come back, we'll hear from Mitch Begamman of the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders later on, but it's Larry Akre show when we come back in our Keys to Success portion of your Bank West pregame. This is Pierre Governor Basketball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District, backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Schuffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Back once again here at Sioux Falls Roosevelt. It's time for the keys to success, and I did not have my keys to success connection hooked up. So why don't we take another 1 minute timeout? We'll get ready to play some interviews back for you. Keys to Success will be brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre, and our Bank West pregame continues after this 1 minute break.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Keys to Success here with Larry Akre, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, into the final weekend of the season we had. And Coach Larry Akre with the game he had at Sioux Falls against Sioux Falls Jefferson on Tuesday night. Another edition of a game where you compete well with a pretty good team, and this time they just kind of gradually grew that lead. And obviously, for every spurt you might have had, they had a pretty good answer. And that transition game that they did have kind of ultimately became a big difference in the game, and what ended up being a 19-point victory for them. But didn't seem like it was really that wide open of a game to me.
No, it wasn't. And, we couldn't buy a bucket,
right?
Especially outside of the paint. I thought, Cooper did a great job inside, and but anything outside, we just couldn't get a shot to fall. And I think we ended up shooting like 30% for the game. And again, you're just not gonna beat teams like that shooting the ball like that. And I thought again we rebounded pretty well. I didn't think we gave them that many easy buckets. And we lived at we did a good job on what I would say their shooters, and then all of a sudden the Mayan kid just comes out of nowhere, and I think he ended up with 4 threes, and we hadn't seen that. He was more of a driver all year, but we had to, I guess, make him beat us, and he did. So
you get those good looks too, and I was frustrated myself just looking at a bunch of shots that look like they're heading down. A lot of them that just rim in and out. Obviously, you as a coaching staff, you're thinking they're taking the right shots. Your kids are taking pretty good shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've had that discussion several times at halftime. Is we're taking good shots. There's not a bad shot that's being took. It's just they're not falling. And I think the night was kind of summed up. I think it was in the fourth quarter. Cooper got fouled, and the official even actually counted the bucket, and then the other official said it didn't go in, and he looked at me, and I said, no, it was about 3/4 of the way down, and it bounced out. And he's like, well, I thought it was in. I said, I did too. It was in, and then it just, kind of bounced out. And that just kind of summed up the night. It just, every good look we had and every opportunity, we had to keep cutting into the deficit. Just, we couldn't get a shot to fall.
All right, pair of top 5 teams here to finish the season with Watertown tomorrow. Sioux Falls, Roosevelt in their place tonight. And, Roosevelt seems like a team that we don't see or hear a lot of, I guess, in Pierre over the course of the season. But what have you seen from them that makes them so good?
Well, they're darn good, and they love to transition, and they'll get after you in the full court. So again, we're going to have to try to slow it down as much as we possibly can, and not give them any easy buckets. And the biggest thing is, we talked to the kids last night, was we have nothing to lose. Come in here with a little chip on your shoulder, and I'm sure they're kind of overlooking us maybe a little bit, and just go give them your best shot, and let it fall where it's going to fall. And but we got to have effort on the defensive end, be disciplined offensively, and make them score in the half court and not off of wide open looks.
Yeah, it is their final game of the season, and before the Sodak 16, they'll be hosting a game, obviously. So maybe they do look past you a little bit, but what do you see in other keys to success in this one?
Well, we got to take care of the basketball, and hopefully, to beat a team like Roosevelt, you got to shoot the ball really well, and definitely above 40%. Probably up around that 50% range. So again, hopefully the shots are falling, and we can score the bucket and defend and rebound.
All right, Coach. Well, just keep a good effort going tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Larry Akre, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. Coach's comments and keys to success in our broadcast are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's step aside and hear from them, and we're back with Mitch Begamman. The Roosevelt Rough Riders. Our keys to success continue next.
Regular comprehensive eye exams yearly are the key to finding eye problems before symptoms appear. Hi, this is Dr. Mike Bartlett. I've joined the team at Central Dakota Eye Care, continuing to provide the same high-quality care you've come to expect. I've been seeing patients here in Pierre for 30-plus years, and I look forward to welcoming you to my new location. Call us today at 605-224-6128 to schedule your appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, let's chat with Mitch Begamman, the head coach of the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. Coach, man, you've had a great season so far, even though it seems like a couple of tough matchups, including Sioux Falls, Washington earlier this week. They got you kind of a rare loss, but I imagine in your guys' locker room, in your circle, maybe that's a good loss and get you focused toward the postseason.
Yeah, you never want to lose basketball games, especially on your home floor. But I think the last couple of weeks have kind of been a little bit of a wake-up call for us. We won 11 straight games in the month of December and January and coming into February. And sometimes that is, I don't know if you want to call it a good thing, bad thing, but for us, I think it was just, okay, we got to get back to kind of being who we were and who we are. And I think it made practices much more competitive, and guys are hungry, and we know we're getting down to the end of the regular season here, and we're just trying to get back to playing kind of our style of basketball and defending at a high level and getting ourselves prepared for postseason.
And I think it goes to show you, too, if you're going to end up in that 4 or 5 range, I know you'd like to be maybe top 3, but in the Sodak 16, but there's teams like Washington that are very good at better than their record indicates, and you're just going to have to be on the top of your game when that Sodak comes around.
Absolutely. You look at the landscape of the AA right now, and kind of obviously the teams that are peaking, playing well, and like you said, I think I think every game is going to be competitive, but there's some games that will be super interesting to watch, and I think like we always talk about, you try to position yourself the best that you can throughout the regular season to give yourself the best chance to get to state tournaments, and we feel like we've done that, and obviously we're trying to continue to keep playing well, and and come in tonight and again keep doing the same things that we've been talking and preaching about.
Yeah, final game of your regular season. You get a Pierre team coming in here that's been growing a little bit here lately. A couple of victories for them recently, but what are you seeing out of them that could cause you some problems tonight?
Obviously they've got some size and they've got some athleticism, and anytime you put a big physical football player that's being highly recruited, and I don't care what levels, they know how to play and they're physical, and then they can, that's something that we've obviously definitely took a look at and figured out what best way to guard him. But he's a big physical kid, and we're going to have to do a good job on him and keeping off the glass. He's averaging 8 rebounds a game, and so that's definitely a focal point. The Austin kid is very talented and scores a lot at the rim and can shoot it as well. And so and then they've got A-Hards can shoot it, and so for us it's just, again, can we defend at a high level and keep them from getting comfortable and getting easy baskets, and then can we get rebounds and push and go and play our style in transition? We know they're going to sit in a lot of zone defense, and so we're prepared for that, but just being patient offensively and getting the best possible shot we can.
I imagine your team probably, I see you scoring a lot of points. I look at that Watertown game recently, had 92. Looks like you're a team based more or built more on speed than physicality. So I understand the points you're making there.
Certainly, yeah. We've stressed that all year. We're a transition. If we can get out in transition, we feel good about our chances. And like I said, they're going to try to slow us down and really kind of run their zone defense as much as possible and keep us from probably getting in transition as much as possible. But again, no matter what we see, just for us to just be patient offensively, take what they give us, share the basketball and really just focus on trying to get quality possessions. I think we're going to be fine. We've got some kids that are playing at high levels right now, and we're just trying to feed off them and get other guys up to their speed as well. So
all right. Hey, Coach, appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight. And in the postseason. Appreciate that. Mitch Begamman, the head coach of the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. Coach's comments and keys to success, sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Our starting lineups are next. Let's do that after a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Back at Roosevelt High in southwest Sioux Falls, our starting lineups are brought to you by Envirotech, whom we just heard from. So let's give you the starters. We'll meet the home team. Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders, starting at one guard will be Capital Schmaus, a 5'9" senior. That's the guard position. Everybody else they have that's in the starting lineup is listed as forwards or a center. So a big lineup, even though they are kind of built for speed at the same time. One forward is Justin Bilal, a 6'5" senior, along with Carson Hoynes, a 6'5" senior, and Bryson Skogsberg, a 6'4" junior. Their center is a 6'7" junior, Akol Tayab, as he will man the middle with Bilal, Schmaus, Tayab, Hoynes, and Skogsberg, the starting five for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Again, not household names in central South Dakota, but I'm sure around Sioux Falls that a lot of people know exactly who these guys are. Rough Riders are 15-4, and when I was talking with Coach Mitch Begamman, I was talking about them maybe being a 4 or 5, or they want to be in the top 3 in the Sodak 16. Well, they are going to be the 2 seed. I was mistaken on that. And then when they played Watertown, I was thinking of a game that Jefferson played against Watertown that was 92-73 recently. But Roosevelt was more like a 71-68. So anyway, Governors have their regular starting 5 in Corday Austin, Caden Aharts, Jaron Deal, Lincoln Dilgis, and Cooper Terwilliger. Their Envirotech starting lineups for head coach Larry Akre. Tonight's game officials are Jason Kono, Jeremy Grady, and Jordan Gow, the law on the court. Let's pause for 3 minutes, and we're back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off or non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The Garage Doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security, and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
We're back at Sioux Falls Roosevelt as basketball coming up. And once again, our game officials, the law on the court, brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Consumer Protection Division. We thank them for doing a thankless job, which is usually the case in officiating high school sports. Jason Kono, Jeremy Grady, and Jordan Gow are guys in stripes, the law on the court from the Attorney General's Office of South Dakota. And we just heard from Comtech, who will sponsor the opening tip, which is still coming up. The Rough Riders about to be announced on the floor with the Comtech opening tip to follow. We will take a quick break here. Station identification as you listen to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Highway safety, River 92.7.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District, backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Thrifty, local, and convenient. Dakota Mart in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Walk down the aisles and find the highest quality meats, freshest produce, and delicious bakery and deli items. This week's special, fresh 16-ounce strawberries, 6-ounce blueberries, blackberries, or raspberries, free for $9. On your way home, stop at Dakota Mart Gas and save up 20 cents per gallon every day. Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Taking care of your vehicle since 1980, TMA and Pierre has been serving Central South Dakota for over 42 years. Owners Bruce and Brenda Lounsbury, owners of the Ultimate Tire Store, have been taking care of customers at TMA for over 30 years. TMA, your hometown-owned business, offers quality service and products. Tires, mufflers, alignments, oil changes, brakes. Call 605-224-6167. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. TMA, next to the Northridge Plaza in Pierre.
At First Dakota, we don't like to brag about ourselves. So when Forbes named us South Dakota's best bank again, we faced a dilemma. Thankfully, we have the state's best customers, so we're happy to brag about them instead. After all, they inspire us every day. The farmers, the business owners, the families. Without them, we'd be just another bank. So thank you to all of our amazing customers. We wouldn't be here without you. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
May Adam Law Firm of Pierre offers superior legal representation. Clients can be assured their legal matter will be handled with expertise and the utmost professionalism. Their skilled South Dakota lawyers can take care of your family law, estate planning, real estate law, and personal injury. They're able to help you plan and prepare to make matters easy now and into the future. Call 224-8803. May Adam Law Firm in Pierre since 1881.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Sports on the stations of the DRG Media Group. For all of your investment needs, call or stop by your Pierre area Edward Jones office. Go Govs! Edward Jones, member SIPC.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Wagner Auto Company, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer in Pierre, is your transportation headquarters in central South Dakota. With a great selection of new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, and a large selection of quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. View their entire inventory at WagnerAuto.com. Experience the Wagner Auto difference for yourself by letting them help you with your next set of wheels. Wagner Auto Company in Pierre.
Let's go.
Hag Ag specializes in providing agricultural solutions to fit your farm's needs. Hag Ag is locally owned and serves central and western South Dakota. Brandon has over 20 years experience in the ag industry with extensive knowledge of this area. Hag Ag provides one stop for all your Pioneer seed and chemical needs and offers ground and aerial application. Call Brandon Hag today at 605-216-6758. 605-216-6758.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we're in the business of improving lives. That means ditching the fees big banks charge, offering cash back to do more of what you love, and boosting convenience with extended service hours Monday through Saturday. Bank how you like, when you like, with local financial advice when you need it. Let's get started. Learn more at bhfcu.com. Stop by any BHFCU location or call us at 1-800-482-2428.
Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, conveniently located in the Northridge Plaza, prepares authentic Japanese fare, including hibachi and delicious sushi. They're a great choice for eat-in or takeout in the Pierre area. Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, they're known for their variety in taste and high-quality fresh ingredients. So experience the friendly atmosphere and excellent service. Open at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday, noon on Sundays, and for carry-out orders, call 605-494-3388.
Health, happiness, and home. Hi, this is Tara Sunshine of Kathy Sunshine Properties. Purchasing and selling a home can be the largest investment you make. I invite you to choose our team to help you with the process. For over 51 years, our office has been successfully serving the buyers and sellers of the Pierre-Fort Pierre area with professional service. Our team has extensive training and experience in the real estate field. It is our goal to provide you with superior service. Contact me or any of our realtors. 605-224-5588. Kathy Sunshine Properties.
Xander Auto Parts, the only locally owned auto parts store in the Pierre-Fort Pierre area, has been serving central South Dakota for over 40 years. They're a trusted name when it comes to automotive parts and supplies. Their knowledgeable staff is dedicated to assisting you in finding exactly what you need. Convenience is also a top priority. They're located at 500 Sioux Avenue. Xander Auto Parts. They support area youth in their activities. When you need auto parts or supplies, shop Xander Auto Parts, your auto value parts store.
Ready to get outside and play? Whether it's a new boat for the water or an RV for camping trips across the plains, Oahe Federal Credit Union's Rec Special is here. Their recreational loan special offers terms up to 12 years and 90 days with no payments, so you can focus on the fun now and pay later. Some restrictions apply. For full details and eligibility requirements, visit Oahe Federal Credit Union at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, federally insured by the NCUA.
What's with the song? Spacing my girl. Why did it go?
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
The Ramkota Hotel is thrilled to introduce the Riparian Pub and Cafe. Lunchtime just got delicious with their lunch buffet featuring a fresh salad bar, homemade soup of the day, and a daily hot entree served from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Whether it's a quick bite or a leisurely lunch, the Riparian Lunch Buffet is for you. Fresh flavors, great variety, and a whole new vibe. The Riparian Pub and Cafe, where great food brings people together.
Hi, this is Clark Chaudhry, the Business Development Officer at American Bank and Trust in Pierre. Over 25 years of experience as a local business owner, I'm familiar with the day-to-day trials and needs it takes for your farm and business to be successful. AB&T in Pierre has a team of experienced agriculture and business banking.
Generational success means different things to different people, but to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps. Keeping the farm in the family. Just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Hey, Josie.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Pioneer seed and chemical needs and offers ground and aerial application. Call Brandon Hagg today at 605-216-6758. 605-216-6758.
With Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union's new online and mobile banking features, you can apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Send and receive secure messages with our team and manage your debit or credit card with ease. Plus, enjoy seamless digital wallet compatibility. Tap, pay, and go with confidence. Your money, your control, your convenience. Download the app today and experience the future of banking. Safe, simple, and always with you. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Thrifty, local, and convenient. Dakota Mart in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Walk down the aisles and find the highest quality meats, freshest produce, and delicious bakery and deli items. This week's special, fresh 16-ounce strawberries, 6-ounce blueberries, blackberries, or raspberries, free for $9. On your way home, stop at Dakota Mart Gas and save up to 20 cents per gallon every day. Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Taking care of your vehicle since 1980, TMA in Pierre has been serving Central South Dakota for over 42 years. Owners Bruce and Brenda Lounsbury, owners of the Ultimate Tire Store, have been taking care of customers at TMA for over 30 years. TMA, your hometown-owned business, offers quality service and products. Tires, mufflers, alignments, oil changes, brakes. Call 605-224-6167. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. TMA, next to the Northridge Plaza in Pierre.
At First Dakota, we don't like to brag about ourselves. So when Forbes named us South Dakota's best bank again, we faced a dilemma. Thankfully, we have the state's best customers, so we're happy to brag about them instead. After all, they inspire us every day. Farmers, the business owners, the families. Without them, we'd be just another bank. So thank you to all of our amazing customers. We wouldn't be here without you. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
If new home construction or a major renovation project is on the top of your list for 2026, then let's kickstart your plans with an interest rate as low as 3.99%. A construction loan at Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is tough to beat and definitely something you can build on. Visit DakotaLandFCU.com for details or stop by a friendly and convenient branch location today. Dakota Land, federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
They hit 4 from inside the arc, and they have the basketball to start our second quarter of play. Just underway in the second period. Here's a 3 from Vorthams, who hit a 3 to close out the third period. And now, as Vorthams shoots an air ball, Roosevelt saves it. It's off of a Governor player and then out of bounds. However, because of the air ball, there was no reset of the shot clock, and that turns into a shot clock violation. And technically, that'll be turnover number 1 on the evening for Sioux Falls Roosevelt. So the Governors in road black go left to right again, starting our second period across the timeline. Corday Austin looking to try to get going, but three-pointer is blocked. Corday tried a 3 at the end of the first quarter in a little bit of a hurry. Missed that one. Tries his second one here, but it was Bryson Skogsberg, who gets a hand on it, knocks it away out of bounds. Pierre with the inbound. Now 12 on the shot clock, though. Austin backing off on the far side of the court. Jaron Deal drives baseline, turns around, shoots, will miss, in and out, no good, but there's Lincoln Dilgis with an offensive rebound. But now Skogsberg will get a takeaway. Up ahead on the 2-on-1, and a call Tayab. Kind of lost it on the way up, but it floats right on down for a short range swish. And the Rough Riders score 2 in a row. Buckets, that is. It's 21-15. Now they get a takeaway, and up ahead, layup missed. And a good job by Aharts to alter the shot. And as Corday Austin is down with the rebound, he was fouled on the way up the floor by Justin Bilal. And the Governors will have an inbound coming, but 2 for 2 on a swap for Coach Mitch Begamman as Bilal and Vorthams check out. Capital Smouse is back in. And I believe DeAndre Painter back on for the Rough Riders. 6:10 to go here in the second. 21-15. Here's Austin firing a 3 and hitting it. That one with a hand in his face. And if the Governors can get Corday Austin heated up, they will increase their chances of continuing to keep pace with these Roosevelt Rough Riders. Here's Painter looking for the answer, but that's off the rim, no good. Back irons. Long-armed rebound for Austin. Painter hit a shot from long range in the first quarter. 21-18. Now Whitty Ahart's looking for a tie. That won't go. Skogsberg rebounds. So quick up the floor come the Rough Riders, but the penetration and the pass underneath the tie-up goes through his hands, and it's out of bounds. Turnover number 2 for Roosevelt. Far side throw in. The inbound comes, and it's a long one up to half court. Here's Whitty. Gets around. No, Skogsberg actually makes a good play and denies the shot on the attempt from Whitty. Here comes Schmaus. Painter in the corner, fakes the 3, steps inside the arc and hits a pretty 2. Mentioned it when he hit a 3 in the first quarter. For those who were listening on the web stream, the live stream, that he's got a pretty good shooting touch. Here's Schmaus picking the pocket of the Governors. Penetration, kick out. Skogsberg for 3, won't get it. Carson Hoynes in there for an offensive rebound, and it's back up and in. These guys are just all over the place. Roosevelt, obviously we're seeing them for the first time this season. But they certainly seem like a team that plays at a high level, not only of ability, but high level of speed, but also a lot of control. Aharts misses another three. Skogsberg has the rebound. Schmautz looks at it, drives baseline, might have got away with a travel. Meanwhile, kicks out to Hoynes. 3 ball, no good. And Corday Austin down with a rebound. I said might have. I don't know that he did. 4:15 left. We're in the second quarter. Governors have missed on a few possessions in a row, and I think Roosevelt has their biggest lead so far at 7. 25-18. Hoynes gets around to Williger and tips and steals the entry pass from Logan Whitty. Painter starts it up. Hoynes over to Skogsberg, far side with Aharts on him. Skip pass this way. Schmautz backs it off. Fires a 3. No good. Tyab will knock it away out of bounds underneath. So the Rough Riders, obviously, they're content to shoot threes. A lot of similarities, I think, in this team with the team we saw on Tuesday night in Sioux Falls. Jefferson likes to run the floor. They will shoot threes. Both teams do that. I think what I'm seeing so far is that Roosevelt obviously just does it at a little bit better clip than Jefferson. But again, the Governors, who have shot the ball pretty well tonight, as Deal looks for a 4th straight, and he's got another one. Heat check, and Jaron Deal continues to be right on the money. The Governors, as mentioned, trying to stay with him. 25-21. 4 for 4 for Jaron Deal. 3 for Bilal, no good. Skogsberg, another offensive rebound. The putback won't go. And the Governors have it here. As Austin takes it up the floor. Deal down on the block. And he'll give off to Austin, who will miss from inside the arc on the right side. Now it's Painter on the move. And a slice and dice layup up and in. DeAndre Painter with 7 points. And a timeout taken by the Rough Riders here from Mitch Begamman. 30-second Coca-Cola breaking the action. 2:57 to play in the first half. We're back after this 30-second Coke break, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
In this game, among 9 turnovers, or takeaways, if you will. Schmaus drives. He'll kick out. Bilal fires a 3 from the right wing. Comes up short. Schmaus is there, and there's plenty of contact, but they let him play. As Schmaus will miss the comebacker. So we move up, and Austin hoping for a jam, but that is blocked away by Justin Bilal, who will pick up his second personal foul. So Corday Austin will go to the free throw line. First free throws coming on the night for the Governors. With 2.5 minutes to play, 2:29 to be exact, in our second quarter. Bilal's second personal. I think that's the second team foul for Roosevelt in the second period. First free throw goes for Corday. Second one for Austin is good as well. Corday with 5 now, all here in the second period. Corday becoming famous among Governor fans and announcers for how well he's been shooting free throws lately. Here's a 3 for Bilal that won't go. From the top of the key. Then getting in there was Austin for another rebound. He's been claiming several of those lately. Now Whitty drives baseline, kicks out. Aharts has 3 for the Governors. Caden Aharts with his first triple of the night. The Govs have hit 6 in this first half. 4 coming from Jaron Deal. The Govs so far continue from outside to be right on the money. Highlight shots brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Meanwhile, a nifty baseline drive. A little stop and go for Bilal. He'll lay it up and in with a right hand. It's 29-26. Again, Pierre got within 1 just a moment ago, but that was short-lived. Now it's back to 3 as Schmaus. Oh, my goodness. Capital Schmaus going for a steal, and there were players waiting to check in. That he will tumble over, both of them Rough Riders. And Schmaus and Bilal will check out. Tyab and Carson Vorthams check in. Bryson Skogsberg back in. Cooper Terwilliger's been out. But he is back in now for Lincoln Dilgis. 29-26. Govs trail by 3 as they inbound. They still have a shot clock counting down. It's down to 15 on the replay or on the inbound. Into the lob here to Terwilliger, and that's assisted by Caden Aharts. And Cooper Terwilliger scores his first basket of the night. He's only tried one other time, but he was blocked from behind. Here's Painter with a quick fire, 2 from the left elbow. That won't go. Jaron Deal with the rebound. Governors can take a lead. Aharts for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Painter with the rebound. Here they come again. Rough Riders inside. Ahart steps in front and gets a steal. Up ahead, it's Austin. 3-ball, left wing. Oh, that misses a bunch. And the crowd will let him hear about it. As Skogsberg had caught up to catch it on the fly. I thought Corday might have tried to take it inside and maybe get a higher percentage shot, but he's been shooting threes pretty well lately as well. Inside this time for the Riders. And a tangle that involves Jaron Deal, who will pick up a foul. First foul of the quarter, only the second of the entire first half for the Governors with 31 seconds to play. 29-28, Painter on the inbound, tries a 3 from the corner. No good, it comes up short, and Deal rebounds. 20 seconds to play. Shot clock off here. Be quite something if the Governors take a halftime lead into the locker room if they get something down. Here's Logan Whitty. 10 seconds left. He will find Deal. Deal's had the hot hand. He'll stop and go. Get around the defender and score. Jaron Deal have a half as the Governors will take the lead into the locker room, leading the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders 30-29. They outscore the Riders 15-10 in that second quarter. And a lot of excitement for the black and the green here at Roosevelt High. Got a full half to go, but it's been fun so far on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It's Pierre 30, Rosie 29. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We will pause for 3 minutes and get into our family dental, or our wealth partners, Ameriprise Financial halftime. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step toward better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Service Master of Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Need a boost? Want to start feeling better? Atlas Chiropractic in Winter now offers hyperbaric oxygen therapy. This state-of-the-art treatment increases tissue oxygen levels by over 1,200%, helping boost the body's natural healing processes by more than 70%. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy can help with sports injuries, nerve and brain injuries, including concussions, vascular and blood vessel issues, fibromyalgia, and other inflammatory conditions. This treatment is FDA approved and research proven. Visit Atlas Chiropractic in Winter, home to one of the few heart chambers in the state of South Dakota. Call today and start maximizing your healing.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Just a quick reminder from the parts team at Grossenberg Implement. The Grossenberg Custom Parts Catalog has some great sale items going on right now. From batteries and lawn care products, you'll also find deals on radios, cameras, spray paint, and cleaners. Whew, there's so much going on in there. Can't fit it all into one spot. So stop in and get your copy, or let their staff know to add you to the mailer at Grossenberg Implement.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Pests don't wait, and neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats in the attic to rodents in the walls, ants in the kitchen, termites underground, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family-owned, community-trusted.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses. And quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pite Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pite Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store. Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
So the Governors have Watertown at home tomorrow in the afternoon. The Governor girls hosting the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders, and I just got an update from Justin Cowart that Pierre leads Roosevelt 11-4 at the end of the first quarter. That game on KGFX. So here we go with Pierre have the opening possession of the second half, which, like the opening tip, brought to you by Comtech on the lower truck bypass in Pierre. Caden Aharts, Jaron Deal, who had the hot hand. He tries to feed on the screen and roll back into Cooper Terwilliger, but a quick hand steal for Carson Hoynes. And Sioux Falls Roosevelt will get their first possession of the second half here. Hoynes along with Capital Schmaus. Bryson Skogsberg with it now as he'll drive in the lane, slice and dice. He's a left-handed dominant player, but he put that one in with a right hand. And a dangerous inbound pass that's through the hands of Lincoln Dilgis. That was challenged. Then the Governors will lose it. Roosevelt comes right back, and Justin Bilal will feed underneath to Ekal Tayab. And that's quick 4 in a row. Roosevelt takes that lead right back at 33-30. First minute gone by. Governors will try to get something down here. Austin for three in the corner. Far side, no good. Terwilliger battles for the rebound. It's loose on the floor, picked up by Skogsberg and the Rough Riders. As they'll head back left to right. Roosevelt in home white with the gold numbers. And some maroon trim there, too. Skogsberg pushes a three from the left wing. It's no good. Dill just blocks out, goes to get the rebound, and wins the race ahead of Schmaus, who will pick up a foul in running into Lincoln Dilgis. First foul called for either team here in the third quarter. Deal will inbound, a long one to Dilgis, who will get it to Aharts on the run up the far sideline, but Aharts picks his dribble up and is trapped, trying to get it to Terwilliger. It was stolen momentarily by Hoynes, but it's taken right back. Now Austin has a shot blocked on the low block left side, right down in front of us, and it's out of bounds. Pierre will inbound. Pierre is going to have to catch back up to the pace of the game. Of these Roosevelt Rough Riders. Here's the inbound from Deal to Corday Austin. Quick hands again, and Austin has that one. Maybe it's taken away by Tyab. But that might have been deflected right off the pass. As Corday looked like he was looking for a steal. Here's Justin Bilal, top of the key, picks the dribble up. Little weave up top. Skogsberg guarded by Dilgis. Now puts it back in motion to the left. Underneath, nice feed. Tyab misses it in and out from the point-blank range, though. Terwilliger will board for the Governors. Up the floor, Pierce still scoreless here in this third quarter. 2 minutes and some change since halftime. Caden Aharts will range over to the right, pick his dribble up, now find Jaron Deal, and he'll fire a three. No, not this time. First miss from long range for Jaron Deal. In 5 tries, Bilal goes the distance, and an acrobatic left-handed layup attempt will not fall. And it is off of Pierre underneath. So the Riders will inbound, still leading 33-30. Sioux Falls Roosevelt has a 4-0 lead in the second half. Here's Schmautz for three. It won't go. Dilgis will rebound on the backside. A lot of quick firing for Sioux Falls Roosevelt. And they just aren't on their game right now. Here's Caden Aharts, who picks up a loose ball and puts it home from 12 feet out on the right side. Skogsberg makes a nice move, loses it, but it goes right out to the left corner to Hoynes. He'll dribble drive and then kick out. Then Schmautz will finally hit a three here, as the Rough Riders will advance to a 4-point lead again, 36-32. Here comes Dilgis. Quick stop. He'll leave it with Austin. Three ball good. Corday Austin. His second of the night, and a timeout taken by the Pierre Governors. Pierre is back within one. They just won't go away. 4:45 to play third quarter, 36-35. Rough Riders lead. We're back after a 30-second Coca-Cola timeout. This is Governor Basketball.
Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the quarter station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The quarter station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the quarter station and the crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
So far, 4:45 to go, third quarter. Governors spend their second Coca-Cola timeout. Schmautz goes on the drive, might have traveled, but kicked it out. Three ball for Bilal is no good. He comes back in the lane after an offensive rebound, and there's continued chances. Bilal still can't get him to go until a whistle blows, but there is a foul that'll go to Corday Austin. And it's on the shot. That'll put Bilal to the free throw line. Give him a pair of offensive rebounds. There might have been more, but his first free throw attempt of the night is good. Roosevelt leads by 2, 37-35. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity to talk a little bit more about state wrestling here, which we will try to do that in the postgame as Bilal hits the second free throw. Riders lead by 3. Governors have One wrestler each, girls and boys, will be in the state finals tomorrow. Here comes Lincoln Dill just driving, scoring, and a whistle that puts Bryson Skogsberg in "are you kidding me" mode. But he is the guilty party. His second personal. Lincoln Dilgis gets the basket and a chance for an and one. It looked like he had Terwilliger open underneath, but Dilgis dribbled all the way from about 20 feet out. Then got the bucket to go anyway. Now a chance to tie this thing up if he can get a free throw to fall. Free throw is up. It's off the mark. It's actually straight up and then falls back in. It's good for Dilgis, the three-point play, the old-fashioned way. We're tied for the first time this evening at 38-38. Schmautz penetrates, kicks one out around Terwilliger, out to Skogsberg, but he'll try a three, no good. He hit his first one of the night, but hasn't hit one since. Terwilliger had that rebound. Governors with a shot. Dilgis is blocked from 14 by Skogsberg. He still plays excellent defense. And the rebound down to the Rough Riders. There's Skogsberg off the glass, and Bryson Skogsberg is good for two. Governors trailing by two again here, 40-38. Can't say enough about how well Pierre is playing, though. And they're getting some help from Roosevelt, who isn't shooting the ball extremely well tonight. But they're certainly making plays. Whitty tries a three, but it's off the mark. Schmautz with the rebound on the run, coast to coast. Will draw a foul and head to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Second time, rather. He went 2 for 2 back in the first period. And the foul here goes to Jaron Deal. It'll be his second team foul for the Governors here in the second half, in the third quarter to be specific. Schmautz will miss the first one off the front of the rim this time, though. Hayden Aharts will check in. Lincoln Dilgis will catch a break. Logan Whitty still in for the Govs. So you got Dilgis out. Ahart's getting back in there. Schmautz will try another from the free throw line. And this one will go. And that one looked more like the two he hit in the first half. Shooter will check out. Joseph Vorthams is in, 6'1" sophomore for the first time in the second half. 41-38. Roosevelt continues to show pressure. They've been doing a 1-2-2, but now more of a man press this time in the second half. And again, quick hands for Justin Bilal. He continues to knock dribbles away and cause loose ball from time to time. Got one away from Austin. Corday has it back off of the inbound. Still a little hesitation. Gets it across on a spin move. Nice pivot. The Governors will try to set up some kind of an offense here. Here's Austin. Ahart's inside looking for Terwilliger. But again, Carson Hoynes. These guys have the longest arms I think I've seen all season long. It has been tough for Pierre to get the lobs into Cooper Terwilliger. Out of bounds, the inbound throw in from Deal comes out to Whitty on the edge. Shot clock is under 10. Here's Terwilliger, and then he'll get fouled by DeAndre Painter. There was a loose ball that got by Cooper, but underneath the basket was picking it up, and I believe they're calling this in the act of shooting, and it will be. And DeAndre, well, I thought Painter was the one who bumped him, but it looks like it is number 2, Joey Vorthams, picking up the foul. And that'll be his first. Terwilliger's first free throw attempt is good. His first attempt of the night. 1 down, 1 to go in a 2-point ball game. 2:50 to play, third quarter. Second free throw. Rims in and out. Now one more of a line drive, and Joey Painter will pull it down for the rebound. If you're Pierre, all you want to do is continue to give yourselves a chance to win this game or at least stay close. Give yourselves a shot late in the fourth quarter. Painter tries a three. It's no good. Austin, long arms the rebound. Here's Aharts into Terwilliger, and there's going to be a foul called as Terwilliger was getting pulled away from the basketball. The student body doesn't like the call, but it was a pretty obvious look. Or so I thought. And who are they putting this one on? It is number 5, and that's Carson Hoynes. Terwilliger just couldn't get to that pass. So a fresh shot clock, and the inbound comes out top to Caden Aharts. Up on top of the key, has to get rid of it. Here's Whitty spinning. Now he'll pump fake, and Vorthams gets a shot block taken away by Bilal. Up ahead, Skogsberg for three. That's off the mark, but a race to the loose ball, and Painter will run it down. Now the Governors get the basketball back. Then they'll start from the right side. Jaron Deal in the paint. Kicks out. Now Whitty drives baseline. He'll kick back the far side, and Dill just is way off the mark from 14 feet. Rare air ball from that range by Lincoln Dilgis. And again, here Bilal trying to get something down, but no good. Whitty with the rebound. Dustin Bilal, he's a creator. You can tell when he penetrates, he can find baskets in hard-to-find places, but the Governors have defended him pretty well tonight. He'll check out. Capital Schmaus is back in. Schmaus, rather. And Capital just takes the handoff away here. And Capital up ahead. He pushes off of Jaron Deal. There's going to be a foul. Pierre fans are going to want to see this on Roosevelt. That's not going to be the case. But my goodness, you could see Schmaus just literally forearm shiver. Jaron Deal saying, "Get off of me, man." Things are starting to get a little loud in here in the heated variety, but now a three for Vorthams, no good. He follows his own shot, though, and gets an offensive rebound off of the inbound. Riders will slow it down just a bit here. 1:10 to play, third quarter. They still lead by 2 at 41-39. Down low, Skogsberg, and he'll run into Dilgis, and we'll have a legitimate Pierre foul this time. And Lincoln Dilgis will pick up his first personal. That is 4 fouls for both teams now here in this third period. Skogsberg will stand at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Governor fans are here now all of a sudden. I think you've got the wrestling teams who are done at the Denny Sanford Premier Center here to support the Govs, but Bryson Skogsberg hits the first of 2. We've got a 3-point game, can be 4 if Skogsberg hits another one, and he does. 43-39. Governors led 30-29 at halftime. The inbound becomes a challenge again for Pierre with all that pressure from the Rough Riders, but they do get it into Caden Aharts. And pressure backs off a bit. Aharts crosses the timeline, puts it in motion. Behind the back dribble, finds Corday Austin, and as he fakes a 3, DeAndre Painter came at him, thought he was going to shoot. Corday put it on the floor, and Painter gives him a check in the boards, hockey term. And Corday will go to the free throw line on a foul from DeAndre Painter, his first personal. And Austin to shoot 2 from the stripe as Pierre is in the bonus. Rough Riders technically are in the bonus as well. Austin with a rare miss from the stripe. As that one off the mark, he'll try one more. Corday's been held in check. He's got a pair of 3s, 8 points in the game, though. And the second one, that's too strong off the back of the rim. Couple of bodies on the floor, but a Roosevelt rebounds. Then they kick it up ahead. Here comes Schmaus. Around Whitty, kick out. Skogsberg, no good. Dill just had the rebound but loses it. Schmaus got in the way to interrupt it. And it'll be Roosevelt basketball. Cooper Terwilliger again has been out, but he's back in now. Just checking in. Dill just out for a spell. And Carson Hoynes back in for a call Tyab. Inbound goes up top. Skogsberg who will back it out. Schmaus to reset. Shot clock and game clock are close, but the shot clock's got 25 seconds counting down. Game clock now at 25 seconds. Here's a paint shot up. No good for Skogsberg. Governor's down with a rebound. We'll continue to try to keep pace. That's been the job of the day. Here's Deal from the right elbow just in front. 14-footer is good. Jaron Deal's first bucket of the second half. And a blocked three-pointer. Schmaus is going to be fouled in the act of shooting. And the official calling it from underneath. I didn't see it, but I think judging by the entire Pierre crowd, they might be thinking, Larry Akre included, they might be thinking that Schmaus flopped on this and just ended up on the floor. I would need another look at it to confirm that, though. But Schmaus goes to the free throw line. He'll shoot not one, not two, but three. The foul, meanwhile, was whistled on Jaron Deal, who has picked up his fourth personal foul. He's the only Governor with more than one in this game. But he's also the only Governor in double digits in scoring. He's got 18 points, 2 for 2 so far for Schmaus on the free throw line. 1.7 seconds left. The third one here is good. Schmaus is 4 of 5 in the second half from the stripe. And a long inbound comes away. It's tipped out by Vorthams on the far side. Pierre will get it to half court to try an inbound play. 46-41, Rosie with the lead. Good Lord. Student bodies are tough. Here's Aharts from half court. Oh, off the back of the rim, no good. And our third quarter comes to an end. And Sioux Falls Roosevelt back in front, but it's still anybody's ball game on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. 46-41. Rosie by 5. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 60 seconds. Buckle up. The fourth quarter coming up. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitts Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen. Plenty of time. 3 seconds. Gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome to Bowie
Welcome
Foods.
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Personal of the night. So Tyab, who shoots free throws, 2 of them coming up, and the first one is good. We'll see if the Governors can continue to keep pace. We've seen games this season where they have kept pace with good teams, have been struggling to shoot and score in the fourth quarter. Dill just pulled down after a rebound, but they let it go. He got rid of it, but now a tip of a pass by Carson Hoynes. It's a takeaway. Behind the back dribble, or behind the back pass by Skogsberg. He got a little cute, and he runs right in to Lincoln Dilges. That'll be an offensive foul. And his pass went out of bounds, too, to add insult to injury, or an insult to a foul. Turnover just number 5 for the Rough Riders here in this game with that offensive foul. Skogsberg picks up his third personal, and he'll check out. Here comes Jaron Deal back in there with 4 fouls to start the fourth quarter. Governors obviously need him the way he has played in this game here tonight. Aharts gets caught in the corner, and he will jump and toss one off the body of DeAndre Painter. That is into the music stand for the percussion section of the Roosevelt Pep Band, who is still here. 7:11 to play fourth quarter, 47-41 our score. That was after Tyab hit 1 of 2. How about an NBA 3 for Carson? Caden Aharts. 3-pointers have been the name of the game for both teams. Rough Riders have struggled. The Governors have done pretty well. There's Bilal for the answer, though. And you just get the sense that Roosevelt is just waiting to heat up from outside the arc themselves, but they're 4 of 26 coming into this fourth quarter. Aharts gets trapped in the corner near side again, but he finds his way out of it. Finds Corday Austin. Now Deal crosses over, challenges, shot up, somehow off the glass, and it falls through. Jaron Deal with a 20-burger on the game. 50-46. Pierre trailing by 4. Here comes Painter down the left side of the lane. Got a guy up in the air. He travels with it. DeAndre Painter came on the jump step and then took an extra stop and a hop. Rough Riders will give it back, still leading only by 4. 6:15 to play. Pierre has Watertown tomorrow. That's going to be a similar team than what we're seeing here with Sioux Falls Roosevelt today. How about Austin for 3? No, that's off the front of the rim. Look out. Bilal's got an open lane up ahead, and he throws it down coast to coast off of the long rebound from the miss by Austin. Slam for Bilal, but the Governors are back, and Deal will score again and gets a foul called. Jaron Deal continues to shine here at Roosevelt High. Foul will go to Schmaus. He's pleading his case. He'll check out. Schmaus' 4th personal. Deal with 2 down and a single opportunity to go. It's 52-48. Free throw, first of the night, is good for Jaron Deal. 23 points for the 6-foot sophomore. 52-49, still a lot of time to go. 5:40 to play here in the fourth quarter. Then an open look inside for Tyab as the Governor defense over pursued. Skogsberg finds him. They call Tyab with the basket. Deal, loose dribble, picked it up. Gets it to Dilgis. He'll drive. Can't get this one to go in traffic. And Skogsberg has the rebound. 30 boards for Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Skogsberg pulls one up, tries a 3, and he'll hear it from the Governor wrestling fans who are here as that one misses everything. 54-49, a 5-point Roosevelt lead. Boy, win or lose, the Governors have to have some confidence going into tomorrow's game with Watertown and into the Sodak 16. Here's a backdoor pass as Dilgis finds Corday Austin. Right to left, he tries a reverse, and he is fouled in the act of shooting. Corday to the free throw line. And this foul goes to Justin Bilal, who has his 3rd personal. So here is Austin. Missed a couple a moment ago, and he's off the mark on this one, too. Back irons it. For a guy who's shot free throws extremely well lately, last week and a half or so. Rare to see him miss 3 in a row. Try another one. That one is no problem. 3 of 6 on the stripe for Corday. He has 9 points. It's 54-50. Painter gets it across with a pass to Tyab across the timeline. Here comes Skogsberg. Taking the handoff. Deal staying with him. Those 2 guys have definitely been the most active in this game. Skogsberg and Jaron Deal for each respective team. Here's Painter, right wing 3, no go. Hoynes tips it, but it's Cooper Terwilliger who has the rebound. Justin Bilal actually obviously has played a very active game as well. Here's Deal to Aharts. No conscience. 3 ball from NBA range. It's good again. Corday, Caden Aharts right on the money with that highlight shot. And a timeout taken by Mitch Begamman and the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Back-to-back threes for the Governors. Or actually 5 in a row. I don't know. They're back within 1. It's 54-53. Timeout in the full variety. Let's pause for a minute for Coca-Cola bottling. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre.
Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Second Coca-Cola timeout. Both teams have 3 to use. The Governors have 3 fulls. Roosevelt with the basketball in a 54-53 lead. In the lane goes Skogsberg. He finds Tyab, but he comes up short. Point-blank range, but a miss for the Rough Riders. And Pierre can reclaim a lead that they had only at halftime, 30-29. Dilgis has it, and it's good. 2-pointer good for Lincoln Dilgis. Pierre leads 55-54. Are you kidding me? Here come the Rough Riders with 3:40 to play in, dare I say, regulation. As my good buddy Darren Boyle, who you'll hear tomorrow, would say. Here's Skogsberg, 3 ball, no good. It's Corday Austin with the rebound on the backside. Up ahead for the Governors. Here's Aharts to Dilgis. Cutting, deal, no, this time comes up short on the reverse through the lane. And Hoynes down with the rebound. DeAndre Painter quickly up the floor, left to right. Feed it down low to Tyap. Governor fans chanting for defense. Skogsberg wants 3 again. He still can't buy a bucket. And the Govs are fine with that as Aharts has the rebound. Still 55-54. Pierre under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Number 14 in the power rankings, leading number 2 with 2:51 to play. And Aharts is fouled on the floor by Skogsberg. He'll pick up number 4. Schmaus, who has 4, will check in. Painter is out as well, and Joey Vorthams is on for the Rough Riders. Deal will inbound. He'll get it to Aharts back in the backcourt. Fresh shot clock here for Pierre. Foul numbers. Pierre has 1. Roosevelt has 4. The Governors will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Corday Austin has it now. Against Bilal, he'll get it to Deal. Takes a screen from Terwilliger, tries to get it back to him, does Deal, but too tall is Hoynes. He gets the hands play, and it's a takeaway for the Rough Riders. Schmaus setting things up. 2:20 to go. Bilal on the move. He'll pull up, fire at 3, and that's off the right side, but there's Hoynes. He can't get the putback. They're just not falling. They're taking their opportunities, but they're just not making the most of them. Are the Rough Riders. Here's Deal left another rebound. Another screen from Terwilliger. Aharts, 3, swish again! 3 in a row in the fourth quarter for Caden Aharts. And it's 58-54. The Governors lead by 4 with 1:45 to go. Hoynes for the answer. Left corner, and it goes. Carson Hoynes with his first of the night from long range. Timeout. Rough Riders will take a 30 with them. 1:43 to play. The Governors by 1. It's a Coca-Cola break in the action. We'll be back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Your hometown shop specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Buying or selling a home is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market. Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
It's Pierre up, 58-57. Welcome back to the big town here. The Governors trying to pull a big-time upset in the big town. Leading 58-57, they have the basketball. Deal and Aharts have been big in this game. Here's a tip by Schmaus, and it's off the hands of Corday Austin in front of the Roosevelt student body. That's a turnover for Pierre, their 15th. And under 90 seconds to go here in regulation. Schmaus across the timeline with it. Pierre fans have been fortified by the wrestling crowd coming from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Hoynes wants another three. Oh, he's got two in a row. And that's Joey Bortham's out there on a kick out from underneath. And Roosevelt takes the lead back, 60-58. Now Tyab comes up with a loose ball underneath or in the paint in the backcourt. They'll kick it out for another three. Bilal, no good. And it is Austin with the rebound. 50 seconds to play in regulation. Deal keeps the dribble alive, gets it to Austin. Now Deal will drive baseline, tries something strange. That won't go. It's in and out. The way he's been playing, surprising it did not go. Here's Schmaus with the rebound. And Lincoln Dilgis will push from behind, and it will be a foul. Schmaus certainly taking exception. And Lincoln's just trying to get a play stoppage here. They called this on Jaron Deal, though. Again, I was looking away this time, but Jaron Deal is just fouled out of the game, and he'll have a career-high 23 points to show for this one. But then something happened as Dilgis and Schmaus, who I think got fouled. This is only the second foul for the Governors in the fourth quarter, by the way. Schmaus took exception, but at any rate, cooler heads have prevailed for the time being. Cooper Terwilliger will have to check out, too. Sincere Wilson is in for Deal. And Logan Whitty is also in, and the Governors will have to foul. They get Schmaus in the backcourt here. 30.9 seconds left. The Governors are in a similar situation now as where they were when they played Mitchell last Friday. A week ago tonight, they trailed in the fourth quarter, tied it, sent it to overtime, won it in double overtime. The Govs go for a steal, and we will have a foul called as Whitty tries to get in front of, I believe, Schmaus. And Schmaus is being escorted away from the Pierre bench. Schmaus. That was a hustle play there. Schmaus and, again, Logan Whitty. I think I saw a foul called, and it is on Whitty, his second. We got a timeout that'll be taken by Sioux Falls Roosevelt. 30 seconds to play. This one is getting heated mentally in addition to what's actually happening on the scoreboard. 60-58. Let's pause for 30 seconds. A Coca-Cola timeout. More Governor basketball coming up.
Results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Of fouls to give have now been given by the Pierre Governors. They still trail 60-58. We'll give you the full reset, but you're listening to Pierre Governor basketball.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. Arrive alive. Don't text and drive.
Roosevelt will inbound. Both teams now in the bonus. Both teams have 4 fouls as a team. The possession arrow points to Pierre, and a timeout has to be taken by the Rough Riders here as the Governors challenged the inbound enough. This will leave them with 1 left. They've actually called 2 in a row now. Another Coca-Cola break in the action here. 60-58. One more 30-second break. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide
back
service.
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Them to, they'll have trouble with the inbound again. It won't happen as they get it into Schmaus. And Logan Whitty will hook him for a foul, and will go to the free throw line on the other end of the floor. A one-possession game, 60-58. Rough Riders lead. We've got 28.2 seconds left. Logan Whitty commits his 3rd foul, and they've all been here in the last 10 seconds of basketball or so. Schmaus is a good free throw shooter. He's 5 of 6. Make it 6 out of 7 on the line tonight, and he will miss the first of 2. But regardless of what happens, unless Roosevelt should get an offensive rebound and a putback, it would still remain a one-possession game. Shot clock will be off the rest of the way in regulation. Second free throw, good. 3-point ball game, 61-58. Govs do not need a 3. Corday Austin with it, defended by Justin Bilal. Again, Governor's hottest hand in this game is out due to fouls. That's Jaron Deal. Here's Austin. Fakes the 3, got a man to fly by, and he's fouled by Bilal, who says he got all ball. And Austin will go to the free throw line to shoot 3. I was wondering if his foot might have been on the arc, but the official on that far side from half court says nope, both feet were behind the line. Bilal with a big foul. That is his 4th. He and Capital Schmaus, also Bryson Skovsberg with 4 each. Austin struggling at the line in the second half. He misses the first of 3 with 12 seconds to play. Second free throw, still with 1 to go after this, is up, and it's good. Corday Austin chatting now with Larry Akre on the coaching side. I think the Governors still need to make this one, not intentionally miss it. Plenty of time, 12 seconds. The free throw is good for Austin, and Coach Akre will get a timeout. Pierre still with a few to burn. They'll take a 60-second break here. Let's pause for 30. Pierre back within 1, 61-60 with 12 ticks to play in regulation. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
A large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
At Iverson
Welcome back
Auto.
to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you
goal to provide you with superior service. Contact me or any of our realtors. 605-224-5588. Kathy Sunshine Properties.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls as Roosevelt leads the Governors 61-60. Sincere Wilson is in the game to foul, and that's exactly what he does. He'll send Capital Schmaus to the far side to shoot freebies again, where he just went 1 for 2. Wilson on for the first time tonight. Obviously has his first personal. A quick foul here. 10.9 seconds left. A 1-point game. This one obviously coming to the end of regulation has the feels of a game from a week ago at Riggs High Gym when the Governors went into overtime with the Mitchell Colonels. And Schmaus misses the first of 2 for the second straight trip. Wilson out. Caden Ahart's back in. Caden's been a hot shooter from long range here in the second half. A lot of noise here at Roosevelt High. And the second free throw is good. We've got a 2-point ball game, and the Governors will take another timeout. Again, Roosevelt is out of timeouts. Pierre will take one here, and they'll still have one left to use. Let's get a quick 30 in, and we're back to set you up with the final sequence coming up here in Governor Basketball.
Legacy is your trust. Whether you're in Mitchell or in Huron, we embody the values that have defined us for generations. We have been your partner on the road since 1948.
We bring decades of expertise to ensure your journey begins with confidence. Our goal is to turn your visit into a memorable experience, leaving you with a smile and peace of mind.
Iverson Auto of Mitchell and Huron are here to make your car buying experience smooth and enjoyable every step of the way.
Visit us online at iversonauto.com.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Own the possession arrow. Lincoln Dill just able to roam the sideline, the end line. Here's Whitty. Roosevelt thought maybe a travel. Not the case. It's Austin across the timeline. 4 seconds left. Corday, shot blocked by Justin Bilal. That's a recurring theme all night long. And Justin Bilal makes the defensive play right on the money. Austin, who tried a three-pointer, very similar to what he did against Mitchell to send us to overtime a week ago. But Corday Austin just could not get enough space to pull the trigger this time. Justin Bilal has blanketed him all night long. And in that case, in hindsight, Caden Aharts has had a hot hand from the outside. And he even hit a few NBA three-pointers. He seemed to be an option. But the Governors were going to go as they did last Friday with Corday Austin all the way. Obviously, you don't fault that because Corday can make plays, and we've seen it. But this time, the arm of the defender just too long as Justin Bilal makes the defensive play in the game. And the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders will walk away in their final game of the regular season with a 62-60 victory. They breathe the sigh of relief. The Governors will be held and left to wonder what could have been. But my goodness, what an effort by the Pierre Governors as a heavy underdog here at Roosevelt High tonight. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard is 62-60. The Rough Riders will go to the postseason with a 16-4 record. The Governors still have a game to go tomorrow at home against an equally difficult Watertown Aero squad, but Pierre will be 6-13 going into that one. Lots to talk about. Your scoreboard, though, brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm for the rest of the season and manage your heating needs all year long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Our Family Dental postgame comes up next in 3 minutes as we'll talk about it. Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. Governors close, but not quite. Here at Sioux Falls Roosevelt, you're listening to Governor Basketball and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
With Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union's new online and mobile banking features, you can apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Send and receive secure messages with our team and manage your debit or credit card with ease. Plus, enjoy seamless digital wallet compatibility. Tap, pay, and go with confidence. Your money, your control, your convenience. Download the app today and experience the future of banking. Safe, simple, and always with you. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, conveniently located in the Northridge Plaza, prepares authentic Japanese fare, including hibachi and delicious sushi. They're a great choice for eat-in or takeout in the Pierre area. Tokyo Japanese Cuisine, they're known for their variety in taste and high-quality fresh ingredients. So experience the friendly atmosphere and excellent service. Open at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday, noon on Sundays, and for carry-out orders, call 605-494-3388.
Well, the Pierre Governors play one of their best games of the year, and it's certainly the perfect time to start playing your best basketball of the year. They challenged the second best team in South Dakota of the season. The Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders gave them all they could handle. You thought Roosevelt coming in could just, get started early and often and maybe run away with this game. That wasn't going to happen. The Governors, for 32 full minutes of basketball, stayed right with this great basketball team. I think Roosevelt's biggest lead was 7. The Governors actually had a 4-point lead in the fourth quarter, but the Rough Riders hit a couple of threes and took the lead back, and they go on for a 62-60 victory. And the Governors, again, they'll learn from it. And I think the best thing you can hope for if you're a Governor fan is that they just continue to play the way they played today, because this is postseason basketball if you're a Pierre Governor team with nothing to lose. And that's exactly what Coach Larry Akre said in our pregame conversation. Absolutely nothing to lose. Roosevelt, I suppose they could lose a 2 seed if they do lose this basketball game, but they're still going to be a heavy favorite whoever they play in the Sodak 16, and they're still going to most likely make the state basketball tournament. But my goodness, nothing to lose to the Governors, and they absolutely came out and showed up here against the Rough Riders today. But congrats to Mitch Begamman's crew for a hard-fought victory, and this is a game that they need as well. They have to be challenged going into the postseason and keep their focus. I think Roosevelt, as we look at the recap in this game, we'll talk about it statistically momentarily, but Sioux Falls Roosevelt, maybe they were playing a little bit different style than they're used to. Maybe they shot way more three-pointers today than they're used to. I mean, they threw up 35 of them, and they only hit 7. The Governors got a lot of one-and-done rebounds on the defensive side of things. Roosevelt, maybe with a little more ball control, probably takes better care of this basketball game. I obviously haven't seen any tape on them this year. They're certainly capable of scoring a lot of points. I imagine they hit more three-pointers than they usually do, but you got to give it up for the Governor defense. If Roosevelt is struggling from the shot, from the floor the way they did today, I think that defensive quickness had a lot to do with just that. And again, can't say enough about the effort of the Governors, but good teams find ways to win, and that's exactly what the Rough Riders were able to do today. And ironically, talk about their futility from outside the arc. They were struggling mightily, but they did hit 3 in the fourth quarter from three-point range, and 2 of them that gave them the lead for good at 61-60 as it turned out, and then they got an extra free throw as well. So that was the irony of this game. But certainly a little poetic justice for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. We did have 4 lead changes in this game, only 1 tie, but this one obviously going all the way to the wire. The Governors just could not pull it out. Here's how it happened. In the first half, the Rough Riders hit 12 of 37 on the floor. They only go 8 of 29 from the field in the second half. They got more opportunities from the free throw line, which we'll mention in a moment, but on the game, 20 out of 66. That's about 30%, if that, for the Rough Riders. And as mentioned, 7 of 35 from outside the arc. They do a good job at the free throw line. Even though they missed a couple of clutch down the stretch, they hit clutch free throws too, and they were 13 of 17 all told on the day. The Rough Riders balanced their scoring. I may be missing a field goal from inside the arc for one of their players, but here's what I've got. 11 points for Bryson Skogsberg and also 11 for Capital Schmaus. The Rough Riders get 9 from Justin Balal and 9 more from Call Tyab down in the middle, and 9 points also from DeAndre Painter off the bench. Actually, I've got 7 for Painter, but no, I got 9 for DeAndre Painter. Then 6 points for Joey Vorthams and a couple of threes off the bench. They get 5 from Carson Hoynes, but Hoynes hit the big one that actually did. No, Vorthams hit the one that gave them the lead. Hoynes hit the one that pulled them back within striking distance when Pierre had that 4-point lead. But 62 on the board for the Rough Riders. For the Governors, 10 of 22 in the second half, including, let's total their field effort today, 21 out of 48 on the game, but they're also 10 of 22 from outside the arc. I don't know if the Governors have hit 10 three-pointers in a game all season long, but they certainly did have the feeling. Jaron Deal was hot in the first half. Caden Aharts was big in the fourth quarter. He hit back-to-back threes. I think all of them from NBA range. He just seemed to have no conscience for a while. And as we say, the Governors many times tonight were right on the money, giving us those highlight plays that we were so desiring. Highlight plays in our broadcast from Rounds Financial Services in Pierre, where your money works for you. But the Governors from the free throw line, 8 of 14. And a reliable source, Corday Austin, unfortunately just missed a few. I'm not saying this game was lost at the free throw line, but just a little bit of irony in how that game turned out. But as Coach Larry Akre comes up to talk to us about this one, we'll finish up the stats and the scoring for the Governors. It was Jaron Deal with 23 points in the contest. He did end up fouling out, playing hard all throughout. Caden Aharts with 14, including those 4 threes that he had, 3 in the fourth quarter. Corday Austin with 11 points. Lincoln Dilgis with 9. Cooper Terwilliger held to 3. But again, 3 points from Terwilliger the lane was pretty much closed off, and the Governors were forced to make plays elsewhere. Cooper did have 7 rebounds in this contest. But Coach Larry Akre, oh boy, close call. Game of the year, I would think, even if it is a loss for you. But you said coming in, you had nothing to lose. You played like it. Sioux Falls Roosevelt, I don't think they played tentative. It looked to me like they played like they're one of the best teams in the state, although they were missing shots all night long. That certainly helped your cause. But what do you think, and what do you tell the kids after this one, even though you come up 2 points short?
Well, the big thing of, this time of year is you can't at the end of the night, you can't have any what ifs or, I wish I would have. And so, that was the big mindset going into the weekend starting tonight was, go out, play with no fear and just leave it out on the court. And that's why, we totally did that. And, I said, the worst thing you can do right now is say, well, if I would have made that, no, it's done, over with. You didn't. Okay. And what matters is you left it all out there and you played one heck of a basketball game. And that's a state championship team.
Yeah.
That we just, took to the wire. So again, you have to believe in yourselves and your abilities of when you shoot the ball well, which we shot it better tonight. And you rebound and you play really good defense, hey, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. So, and I might have, I don't know, what was the final score? I'm terrible about
62-60.
62-60.
Yep.
Yeah. We were hoping for a 53-50 final, and I told him it was a hard, that's a hard task of keeping a team like this to 50 points. And, but again, I couldn't be any more prouder than the kids. They battled and battled and battled. And every time they had an answer, and all you can ask for is a chance to, and we were going for the win. That obviously we didn't want to go to overtime. We were on the road and we have nothing to lose, and we didn't come here to, try to send it to overtime and go through that again. But so we, set up the kind of the same play for a 3, and they got a hand on it, and
they've got those long arm defenders. But is this the same style of play you've seen from Roosevelt when you've seen film on them? Do they launch that many threes? Because obviously that wasn't working for them tonight. I think their transition game obviously is top notch. That probably gets them big leads, and then they can play loose after that. But their biggest lead tonight was 7 points. I mean, you guys were in their hip pocket literally all night long.
Yeah, and that's how they play. And again, just reaching out to other coaches, just, what are ways you can beat it? Well, if you turn it into a half court game and, force them to shoot threes, they are good shooters, but at the same time, if you're there and can disrupt them, they're high school kids. And, if you give them wide open looks, yeah, they're going to kill you. But, we did a good job of just contesting everything,
including in the paint too. I mean, you disrupted point blank shots on their end of the floor too.
Yeah. I mean, they're so athletic, and we're athletic too, but they have, at every position they had, except for the one position they have 4 or 5 inches on us. And, that can be tough. And you really saw that length, come into play on the last play.
And when you still go 6 deep, maybe 7 on a good night, but and these guys are playing 32 full minutes. I mean, you can understand where we've seen the scoring lapses, especially in fourth quarters over the course of the season. But now you look at the Mitchell game last week that you pulled out in double overtime. And even I think against Jefferson, you didn't necessarily have a scoring lapse that let Jefferson take a big lead and get a wide open victory. But here, I mean, that's the thing that I'm happiest about right now as far as the final scores are concerned. You guys are still playing 32 full minutes now and scoring 32 full minutes.
Right. And that's, again, that's one thing we really stress is just doing your job for 32 minutes. And, again, they did that tonight. And, there's a couple things that we had to work on correcting early on the game, just because their transition game is so good. We were backpedaling instead of just turning and sprinting. And we still did that a couple times in the second half. But if they, would just understand that, I know you're beating the ball down there, but also if you just turn and sprint, you'd have a couple more seconds to, kind of figure out what they're going to try to do. And, and once we started doing that, it seemed to work a little better. And, we turned the ball over probably more than what we would have liked, but, for the most part, we did a good job against their pressure and didn't give them any easy looks.
Yeah, I mean, he had 16 turnovers, and they only had 6 on my stat sheet. I mean, obviously, if you got a differential of 10, that is, that's a recipe for defeat. They put up 66 shots. You put up 48. However, you made one more field goal than they did, and they still hit the 3 big ones in the fourth quarter, but you still had 10 3-pointers tonight, I think, for the first time this season. Obviously, you don't want to rely on that, but hey, you got to stick with a hot hand. Jaron Deal first half. Caden Ahart's made huge shots that he hasn't been able to make all season long. And man, what just a fun ball game to watch, man.
Yeah, and I think, Jaron had a hot hand right at the beginning, and then, Caden, he shoots better the deeper he is.
Yeah.
And, I think when he gets a look at right at the 3-point line, he hasn't had much success. But, tonight, most of his 3-pointers were, down to that NBA range.
Right.
And he actually does shoot better there. So, again, they're going in. We're definitely okay with him taking those. And, and I know Corday feels bad that, he missed one free throw there to tie it up. And but again, I would rather not have a chance to win the game than tie it up and then they come down and hit a last second shot or something. Yeah. So you can't look at those things. You can only learn from it, and he'll definitely learn from that.
Well, obviously, the things you take from this game, if you can, it's easier said than done. But, man, if you can duplicate this effort tomorrow against a team that I'm assuming is very similar to Roosevelt and the Watertown Arrows, it's going to be a tough turnaround when you have them at home tomorrow afternoon. But that Watertown team can score, too. So,
it's very
just keep it going.
Very similar. A lot of length and a lot of athleticism, and they got guys that can shoot it. So it's going to be another tough test tomorrow.
And I hope that with a performance like this, you get a big crowd behind you tomorrow to close out the regular season, because obviously it will be your home finale for the season. You'll be on the road in the Sodak 16. Anything else that you take out of this one that we haven't talked about tonight?
Well, again, you're at the end of the season here, and that's probably the biggest takeaway is you want to be playing your best basketball this time of year. And, we steadily have improved over the year. And again, if you can duplicate that going on for the next, week, you're in pretty good shape. So, I told them in the locker room, and right now there's probably 3 teams that, in the Sodak 16 that you don't want to draw. And obviously the first one's probably Sioux Falls Lincoln.
Yeah.
You don't want to draw that, and then you don't want to draw the Governors or the Yankton Bucks. Because the 2 teams that are probably playing the best basketball, right now that took lumps early in the year is us and Yankton, and lately both of us have been playing pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll look forward to that one tomorrow. I'm going to stay here. You'll meet up with Darren Boyle, who will call that game for us tomorrow. But best of luck to you, and we'll see you in the Sodak next Saturday, all right?
All right, sounds
great
good.
effort. Larry Akre and the Governors fall short 62-60 to a highly, highly touted Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Rider bunch. We've got more to talk about in our postgame as I don't know if I did. I don't think I've done the rebounding stats. Let's give you those real quick. It was a 32-29 advantage to the Rough Riders. They pulled down 9 offensive boards, only 2 for the Governors, both of those by Lincoln Dilgis. I have Corday Austin with 8 rebounds, Cooper Terwilliger with 7. overall, and Dill just got a couple of hustle rebounds in there as well. But Roosevelt led. I think they spread their boards around, but I've got Bryson Skogsberg with 7 rebounds in this game. And again, Pierre with 16 turnovers compared to just 6 for the Riders. A 13-9 assist advantage, though, for Pierre in this game, helping them keep pace. But again, 62-60. Roosevelt wins it. That is your final score. The Governors will take a 6-13 mark into tomorrow afternoon's regular season finale against Watertown. Let's pause for 2 minutes. We'll come back. We'll get your big plays of the game. Big plays are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics. I tell you what, I think we're done with our orders of business as far as sponsorships are concerned, other than what we've got for in-game. So let's just go hear from Hermanson Endodontics, and we'll get you your big plays of the game after this from Hermanson's in Pierre.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics, big plays of the game. I'm going to, we're going to look at this a couple of different ways. For Pierre, big plays of the game. I mean, it's got to be the hot shooting from outside the arc for Jaron Deal first in the first half. He was 4 for 4 in the first half, and I don't even think he rattled the rim once on those 4 shots. He did miss one attempt in the second half, but then you had Caden Aharts picking up the slack. We talked with Coach Akre about Aharts and his deep shooting ability. Big plays that helped the Governors. In fact, I think it was a 3 by Aharts that gave Pierre a 54-48 lead. But then for Roosevelt, that's where their big plays came from. They hit a couple of threes, which I touched on earlier. Carson Hoynes hit one that made it a one-point game. And then Joey Vorthams, after a takeaway, I think, or the Governors coming up empty on a possession, Joey Vorthams hit one from the left corner that put Roosevelt up by 2. And the Governors were trying, again, to keep pace from there. Corday Austin got fouled on that 3-point attempt, but they were 1 short. And then Capital Schmaus hit the one that made it a 2-point game again, and that's your final margin, 62-60. So the threes for the Rough Riders, but then you got to give Justin Bilal the credit on getting a clean shot block of Corday Austin's 3-point attempt and a chance to win it for the Governors at the buzzer. But Bilal, who was in Austin's face all day long. I think he might have had 4 or 5 blocks in this game, all away from the basket. And he didn't play his best offensive game, but he definitely had a good defensive game. So those are your big plays of the game that are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Players of the game, we've got plenty to discuss. And, the way the Govs played, it's going to be hard for me. So I'm not even going to go the other way. I'm keeping this one in the Governor locker room, but you certainly pat the back of the Rough Riders. That's a good team. It doesn't matter to them, obviously, who is doing all the scoring, who's making all the plays. But clutch shooting down the stretch from the free throw line from Capital Schmaus, who ran a good show for them from the point. Bryson Skogsberg didn't have a good shooting day, but he's a very active player, got a lot of rebounds and tip passes and things like that as well. Give Justin Bilal a lot of credit for the way this game went. And DeAndre Painter, a good offensive threat in the first half, didn't score in the second half. Also got Joey Vorthams hitting a couple of big threes in this game. He hit the one that put them in the lead for good, as we mentioned as well. And Carson Hoynes, might as well throw him in the mix. He was making plays underneath the basket when Bilal was making more defensively away from the basket in this one. But we're going with the Governors in this one. Your player of the game will make it official after you first hear from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient Connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, Camp's chicken, and more. Feed the family while on the go. Then treat yourself to soft serve ice cream in cones and dishes. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores, Euclid Avenue and Harrison Avenue in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Well, Cowboy Country Store's player of the game tonight, as Caden Aharts was big in the second half, keeping the Governors in pace and also giving them a lead, but the Governors wouldn't be anywhere if they didn't play as well as they did in the first half, and it was Jaron Deal with the 4 3-pointers that he hit, but he also had a couple of baskets, including a buzzer-beating layup to put the Governors in front. For the first time, they took a 30-29 lead into the halftime locker room break after that layup to close out the half, and Jaron Deal, even though he fouls out, he was on Skogsberg all night long. And the Governors get 23 from Jaron Deal. Pat on the back to Caden Aharts with 14 tonight, but Jaron Deal is tonight's player of the game as the Governors come just 2 points short against one of the best teams in South Dakota, 62-60. Jaron Deal, your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game in this one. And it's funny because Deal, sometimes he might score just a basket or two in a ball game where other guys like Cooper Terwilliger, Corday Austin will go off. Maybe Caden Aharts, who did tonight as well. But Jaron Deal, he's scored 0 a few times. He's scored 20 in maybe, well, he scored upper teens a time or two. And tonight he scores 23, a season high for the 6-foot sophomore. Again, your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game. Roosevelt is done for the season now until the Sodak 16, a game they will most certainly host. They'll be the 2 seed overall in the Sodak, and they may get one of the 2 teams below the Pierre Governors in either Rapid City Stevens or the Sturgis Brown Scoopers. The Governors probably stay at 14, unfortunately. The team ahead of them is Yankton, and as Coach Akre mentioned, they're still playing well, but the Governors still have some business to tend to tomorrow. They will host the Watertown Arrows at Riggs High Gym. And that game will be on River 92.7. For me personally, I'll be staying here in Sioux Falls to finish our coverage of the state wrestling tournament, which we'll talk about in a moment. But tomorrow's game, 2 o'clock at Riggs High, 1:30 with the pregame. Darren Boyle on the call on that one. Governor girls were hosting Sioux Falls Roosevelt tonight. Let's check in on that one, see how they did. Roosevelt will come from behind and win that one 56-51. As the Governors will stay in that 15 spot. Roosevelt was coming in at 14 in the power rankings. So a good ball game there, but Roosevelt comes out on top for both boys and girls here tonight. The girls will go to Watertown. Watertown's been struggling all season long as well. That'll be another competitive game at the Civic Arena, and Justin Cowart will follow the Governors to Watertown on KGFX, also at 2 o'clock tip-off, 1:30 pregame tomorrow. Speaking of state wrestling, once again, for a final time, the Governor girls have Shaylee Speck at 100 pounds in the state championship match, but Lexi Hilmer and Abby Lewis were both beaten in their semifinal matches. Governor boys get Alex Odekoven to the state championship in his senior season. He will take on Graham Wilde of Sioux Falls Jefferson. Shaylee Speck, by the way, gets Ella Coombs, an undefeated 8th grader from Madison, in the state finals tomorrow. That'll be Odekoven against Wilde from Sioux Falls Jefferson. Our coverage of the state wrestling tournament tomorrow will begin at 10 o'clock on KGFX. Reports of the placing matches up until about 12:30, and then we will turn over to KPLO, of course, with Governor Basketball on KGFX tomorrow. We'll end on River 92.7 for that matter. We'll move our coverage of the state championships tomorrow from the state wrestling tournament to our sister station, 94.5 KPLO, also 100.5 in Pierre and Fort Pierce. So if you want to follow wrestling tomorrow, state championships with John Calda and I on KPLO tomorrow. And that's all state championships. That's regardless of schools that all of those wrestlers will be in. The Governors had 2 others in the semis on the boys' side of things, but Jordan Schaefer and, also Porter Hunsley both lost. Schaefer lost in a technical fall But Porter Hunsley, a heartbreaking 4-3 loss in the semis. And we'll take a look and see. We'll get reports going on that starting maybe even before 9:30 on KGFX tomorrow. So I invite you to join us for wrestling coverage and certainly for basketball on stations of DRG Media Group tomorrow. As the Governor fans hit the road once again and Roosevelt fans come back this way after their victory over the Pierre Governor girls here this evening, we invite all and remind all on behalf of the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety to slow down and stay alert. Don't veer for deer. Buckle up, too. It starts with you. You've got some place to be. Our thanks to Cortana Mancuso and William Wilson back in studio for running the audio portion of our broadcast, and for Caleb Brozick for running the camera portion. You can rewatch this one. Unfortunately, the result will stay the same, but it'll be a fun one to rewatch. We certainly feel that you can do that on the GoGovs Live YouTube link and through drgnews.com. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard: Sioux Falls Roosevelt escapes with a 62-60 win over the Pierre Governors. For everybody else, I'm Brian Oakland here on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. Good evening, everybody.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box.
Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors: Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service of Pierre. Thanks for listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.